All right, YouTube. It's Detroit's HPTV coming to you out of Detroit on this Sunday afternoon. Got to give shout out to Washington. Y'all beat our home team. Good job or whatever. We're gonna bounce back. But we got to talk about these other things that's been going on with these politics. It seems that the Democratic plantation has lost control of their celebrities. Yeah, they don't have the same control and power that they had over their celebrities. The celebrities are switching sides. You even got Stephen A. Smith on his show sounding like he done went for a MAGA. So Snoop Dogg and Nelly and some other rappers went to perform and be a part of the inauguration. CNN, the community, their fans want them canceled now. So what we're seeing is a severe case of Trump derangement syndrome. But I've told you before on this show, I believe that what was coming out of the left was a giant psych op and created a mental health crisis in this country because people actually believed their narrative, were willing to vote for them in a weird policy and agenda, but they lost. So now the people that believed in them are having full meltdowns. They feel some type of way. But what I want you to see, I want to do a reaction video to Greg Foreman on the Black conservative perspective. And I want you to tell me what you think about this story. And I'm going to chime in too. But check this out. This for fair uses under the 1976 Copyright Act for education and commentary. And the First Amendment.
Confused about that. Culture check. Did anybody have Snoop performing at Trump's inauguration on their bingo card at all? Because I'm extremely confused about that. Like, I know Trump is like a walking, I'll promote your shit type guy, but damn, really? What are we promoting? Like, Snoop, what are you selling? What are you saying? Like, why you even gotta be there? Why you gotta perform? Like, dude, come on. Are you kidding me? Like, Nelly, I mean, that don't really rock me. Lil Wayne absolutely could see that shit. The baby, not really. Kanye absolutely expected his MAGA wearing ass to be there. Soldier Boy, he's always about capitalism and money. But Snoop, though? Really? Really? What? Boy, we got to talk about the black liberals melting down, losing their minds over the fact that Snoop Dogg, Soldier Boy, Rick Ross, Nelly, and other rappers have decided that, you know what, we're going to perform at Trump's inauguration. Okay, I mean, this started when I did the story about the HBCU band that got invited to perform at Trump's inauguration. All of the woke revolutionaries started boo-hoo, whine, and cry. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't go. Right. And now you have essentially everybody coming out. A lot of these celebrities, these rappers and stuff, they're coming out and they're now saying that, hey, we're going to perform at ESPN Bet now has profit boosts. So I parlay this money line with these points and total yards at Trump's inauguration. Now, the reason why the Snoop Dogg story is so funny to me is because Snoop, as we all know, was a huge Trump hater, okay? And we're finding out exactly why, okay? Like a lot of these celebrities, they don't have any real principles, okay? They are just told that this is who you can support, this is who you can like, and this is who you can't like, right? And then once the tide turns, okay, aka the money interest start to realize that, all right, hating Trump isn't really profitable anymore, right? Like that's not the move. Yeah, they flip on a dime, okay? That's because a lot of these celebrities are puppets, okay? So with that being said, we're going to cover the black liberal meltdown over what's happening because it's just hilarious to watch these people boo-hoo, whine, and cry. But I just want to say wholeheartedly, okay, before we get into this video, F Snoop Dogg, right? F Snoop Dogg, okay? Just because the black liberals are melting down, that does not mean that me personally, I have forgiven Snoop Dogg for smearing all the black people, all black Trump supporters as sellouts and racial slurs for supporting Trump, okay? Because Snoop Dogg, just like a lot of these rappers, was supporting Trump when it was cool, before he ran for president, when it was acceptable. And then all of a sudden, when he ran for president, they came out and they started hating Trump, especially Snoop. He was a huge Trump hater. And now all of a sudden, they're on the Trump train because, again, it's cool to like Trump. Go out there and do a country song.
So ain't nobody going to perform for Donald Trump, huh? Which one of you ass going to be the first one to do it? I'm waiting. I'm going to roast the out one of you ass for doing it. Which one of you going to do it first? Osby's the one that performs for himself.
A few moments later.
Jose, man, you playing to win tonight, man. You shot us some Steve Middle.
That didn't age well for Snoop. And now you have people that follow these celebrities and have emotional attachments to their views, not realizing that they're just tools of the same machine. They're working out of their own self-interest, not for the interest of the people. That's why celebrities couldn't help Kamala this time. Let's watch some more.
That's that crypto, see? They got a real crip up in the crypto. Bang, bang.
Yeah, so you see that, you heard that. Now, lo and behold, now that the tides have turned, look at Snoop Dogg tap dancing, right? Now, we're not going to play the sound because I don't want to get hit with a copyright because of the music. But yeah, this is Snoop Dogg tap dancing. Now, again, just a few years ago, Snoop Dogg would call a black person performing for Trump all types of racial slurs, okay? Making fun of him. But look at him. Look at what he's doing right now, right? Look at what he's doing. It's amazing what money will make up do. You got Soulja Boy here, right? He's performing, okay? Doing the crank that. They get lit. They turn it up. Liberals hate to see it. They hate to see it. Then you got Rick Ross, right? Ricky Rose performing as well, too. So, yeah, as you can...
Now, Miami, let me add this in. They didn't have no problem with Meg Thee Stallion twerking. So I can't see why they mad at this. It's all politics, right?
Imagine, black liberals, they're currently not taking this too well.
Our token black men are as follows: Ray J, Soulja Boy, Nelly, Rick Ross, and Snoop Dogg. Y'all all bent over and took it from the back from Trump and his white racist people. Y'all are a disappointment and a disgrace to the black community. Soulja Boy, I can see why he did it. He broke. He ain't got nothing going on with his life. But Rick Ross, you got money. Snoop, you got money. Really think y'all have really separated yourself from the black people that actually support y'all? Because what Trump and the Heritage Foundation is going to do to black people in America is erase us. And you shuck and you jive for them white folks. Snoop, what the f happened to you? I can remember where you would never let a white man even talk to you crazy, let alone try to bribe you. That one hurt the most. But like I kept saying, you only black until you reach a certain amount of money. And you forget you black, like Lil Wayne. While the black people that support y'all are the ones that's really gonna suffer. Y'all fucking disgrace.
Nelly and Snoop Dogg have been confirmed to perform at Donald Trump.
Now, mind you, these are ex-fans of Snoop now. And look how they feel now. You can't tell me this is not some type of mental illness. For her to be that emotionally charged and angry about his decision to play on the world stage for the president-elect is causing this much meltdown. Let's watch some more.
Inauguration. Nelly and Snoop Dogg. When I tell you guys I am not ready for the next 4 years to happen, Trump is not even in office, and it feels like he's been president for 2 years already. In addition to them, Kodak Black, Antonio Brown, and Rod Wave are Trump's guests. At the inauguration. What the fuck is going on? First Lady Elon Musk is moving into the White House. Snoop Dogg, Nelly, Carrie Underwood are performing at the inauguration. Mark Zuckerberg is out here cosplaying a 16-year-old black kid from Harlem with his chain and his afro. The CEO of TikTok is now chummy and on the billionaire. Looks like he's in the billionaire syndicate of evil people.
Being in the military, for us, the franchise model made a lot of sense.
When we started this, we had 4 small children, so
Snoop Dogg and Nelly are performing at the inauguration. I'm tired.
I cannot be the only one that's tired of this, man. This is for all my women of color. This is for the men of color that supports us and supports us as a people, not the backpedalers. We tired of y'all playing in our face. And I'm not even talking about the other performers. I'm talking about the black performers. I'm calling all y'all out, especially Snoop Dogg, who been here on Beyonce's internet since 2016, straight giving it to Donald Trump.
Just to interject, to tell you so how deranged she acting, she's saying, this is Beyonce's internet. Really? Beyonce's internet?
Saying all this stuff. Donald Trump ain't for us. He pretended he was for us. Then he switched it up when he got himself in a position. You are tone deaf like a motherfucker. I don't want you to come and backpedal upon nobody's internet saying, I was just performing at a thing. Da, 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 da. You shouldn't have been in Washington near his president, this man being sworn in to being a president at all. Okay? Period, point blank. You knew this was a bad look, and you didn't give a about us, okay? And at the end of the day, it seems when it comes to your cash, and maybe possibly a case, because who knows, they might be trying to diddy bop you in a corner for some stuff you done did, okay? You will throw it.
This another mad fan. She done threw him under the bus with Diddy. Tell me this is not something, you don't see nothing wrong with this picture?
Into the eternal fires, and I mean us as a people, into the eternal fires. You've very much given Jesse Jackson up on that balcony at the Lorraine Motel back on April 4th, 1968, because we all done heard about how Jesse got down with MLK on the back end. But I ain't gonna go get too deep with y'all right now. Okay? All I'm saying is that you, the other performers, because there's a list of them, all y'all wrong, but especially you. Especially, I'm holding you accountable. You and Rick Ross are the ones that are most accountable, because out of all the ones that are performing, including Nelly, y'all two got the most money.
Yeah, so you see that, you heard that. Clearly these people are having a very hard time, processing the reality that the tides have turned, okay? That's what this is about more than anything, because the left, they tried to use social stigmas in order to accumulate power and control, okay? They try to say, well, it's not cool, it's not okay for you to support somebody like Trump. So they say, you know what, we're going to cancel you over it in order to control how people think and who they're able to openly support, okay? That's what they do. It's the oldest trick in the book. That trick is not working anymore, right? They tried it this holiday season when they were telling people, hey, don't eat Thanksgiving with your Trump-supporting uncle, right? Or Christmas dinner. No. You should disown them, right? Disown your family members over politics. Now, obviously that didn't work, okay? So now, again, they're pissed off, they're mad because all of these rappers performing, all of these celebrities now coming out and openly supporting Trump. It shows that from a social perspective, like, this is actually the cool thing to do, right? Like, this is the wave, right? This is the new culture, okay, that is being ushered in. And that's what they can't stand the most. So this is why you get meltdowns, like the meltdowns that are currently happening on TikTok, which may or may not be banned in a few days. But CNN will still be on air, right? Maybe not for that much longer. Who knows? But as of right now, the meltdowns that are happening, again, are glorious.
Well, Keith, I mean, what would you say? I mean, if Snoop were sitting right here at this table, what would you tell him?
Well, I had a disagreement with Snoop, I think, a year or two ago.
Oh, this guy here on CNN with Abby Phillips, you always got to watch his mannerism, and you know he is a Democratic attack dog. He is finna hit every emotional button he think he can push with the black community. Listen to him.
Something he endorsed Rick Caruso. He was supporting Rick Caruso, for mayor of Los Angeles, who I disagree with. And I stated that publicly as well. But
it really goes to show you how credible this guy is. especially in the wake of these wildfires that have happened in LA recently. Okay, everybody's against Karen Bass, and this man is so dumb that he went on national television to say, "Oh, well, I thought that Rick Caruso was the wrong choice." Okay, and he's basically saying that Snoop Dogg made the wrong choice of supporting Rick Caruso, when clearly the wrong choice was Karen Bass, who this man definitely supported. Yeah, there's a stiff competition for dumbest person in political news. This guy might take the cake. Okay, he might be dumber than Abby Phillip, Joy Reid, Joe Scarborough, who are all pretty dumb. Okay, he might be dumber than all of them combined, to be honest with you.
I think that a lot of these rappers are not the intellectuals in the community, as Teray was pointing out. But
and you're not either, right? You're not an intellectual in politics, considering what you just said, right? Your prior statement shows that they're.
He trying to call them dumb on the low. Low key, he trying to say that they dumb. They're not the smart ones anyway.
You're also not a heavyweight intellectual either. And this brings me to one of the longest held beliefs I've had about how to accurately measure somebody's intelligence, right? I think the most intelligent people in the world understand how intelligent they are, right? I believe that you're probably smarter than the average person if you understand that, hey, I'm of average intelligence, right? I know I'm of average intelligence, okay? That probably makes you pretty smart, right? That makes you smarter than most people, okay? Even if you have below average intelligence, if you know that you have below average intelligence, that makes you more intelligent than the average person, okay? Because the average person believes they're more intelligent than they actually are, okay? And if you are a smart person and you believe that you're smarter than you actually are, then that brings down your intelligence, okay? That's just the way I see it. I think this dude is one of these guys that is dumber than he actually is because he believes that he's smarter than he actually is. Again, this guy says that Rick Caruso was the wrong choice, okay? Karen Bass was a better choice. Yeah, that's not a statement that will come from an intelligent individual. Even if you believe that, you should have enough intelligence to know that, hey, maybe I shouldn't say this on national television, especially considering the current circumstances and what's happening in LA.
It's also a dishonor to the black community.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at Donald Trump, the man who would refuse to rent to black people in the 1970s, who tried to lead a lynch mob against 5 black and brown kids in the 1980s for the Central Park case, who refused to allow black casino workers to have a prominent place in his casinos in Atlantic City in the 1990s, who spent 5.5 years lying about Barack Obama's birth certificate in the 2000s, who came into office and then attacked black people like Colin Kaepernick, who attacked Ruby Freeman and her daughter Shay Moss for simply doing their jobs as Fulton County election workers.
And despite all that fear mongering about Trump being a racist, he's so bad for black people, right? When you look at the actual results from his administration, black people benefited very heavily. Okay, it doesn't seem like Trump's racism actually had a material effect on the lives of black people in a negative way. In fact, it actually impacted black folks positively. Like, for example, during his first administration, the black unemployment rate, 5.4%, the lowest on record at the time. Labor force participation rate went up. Median household incomes grew 7.9% in 2018. They had wage growth increase for black workers, particularly among the lower income brackets. So the poor, the black poor, were doing better than Trump. Poverty rate hit a historic low in 2019 at 18.8%. Wealth, black home ownership, from 2016, it was at 41.7% to 2020, 44.1%. So black people, during Trump's first administration, the wealth was increasing. Poverty was hitting an all-time low. More jobs than ever. Incomes were rising, but yet we're supposed to care about some allegations of racism back in the 80s and the 90s? Like, come on. These people are not serious. They're not serious.
Honor those people when you go and perform for this man who has done nothing but dishonor black people. And just last year, he was calling Haitian immigrants, accusing them of eating cats and dogs. This is not somebody that black people should be associated with and pretending to normalize. We should be challenging him. And it dishonors the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., whose birthday we honor on Monday to celebrate this man.
Wow.
Snoop?
Wow. Right. Full-blown meltdown. See, again, this is what I try to tell you guys. This is the difference between conservatives and liberals, right? Black conservatives, black liberals, okay? Black liberals pretend as if they're looking out for black folks, right? That the number one thing is black people, okay? But it's not. The number one thing is the Democrats, right? It's the Democrats. Because if you're a black liberal, you got to be honest. Black people benefited heavily under Trump, okay? They benefited very heavily. He did a lot of things that disproportionately benefited black folks. Opportunity zones, prison reform. I just talked about the economic stuff, but yet there's still boohoo whining and crying racism. When black people objectively benefited from Trump. And black people, just like the rest of this country, are probably going to benefit in the next administration. But they don't care about that. Because again, their main thing is not being pro-black, it's being pro-Democrat. Now, if Trump had a bad track record for black folks, I would come out and tell you, nah, Trump hasn't been good for black people. And if he hasn't been good for black people, it is likely he hasn't been good for America, right? But because Trump was good for America, he was good for black people. What's best for America is what's best for black folks. I know a lot of people don't believe that, right? And they'll go and they're talking about slavery and all this other nonsense that don't matter, right? But that's generally true. When America's doing well, black people are doing well. America has not been doing well under Joe Biden, and black people haven't been doing well either as a result, okay? That's the reality of the situation. So these people can boohoo, whine, and cry, and I definitely understand the hate towards Snoop Dogg. I'm not the type of person to come out here and celebrate Snoop Dogg. I think he's fake and he's phony. It really shows you that, again, these celebrities are for sale, right? That they're not real, okay? That they are who they need to be at any point in time to make money and to align with the culture that they think they're going to benefit the most from. So I get the anger, okay? But to say as a black person or a black rapper that you should not support Trump is ridiculous, right? It goes beyond just Snoop being a turncoat. It's one of those things where it's just like you're trying to gatekeep.
I'm going to stop there because I keep having interference with the signal, but this was when I was saying how the Democratic Party created this mental crisis where people are so emotionally involved that they have turned on the same people they call idols just the day before in the name of liberalism. And they talk about it's a cult on the conservative side. Well, that's all I got for you this Sunday afternoon. As always, salute to all patriots. It's Detroit's HPTV, Saturday Night Detroit. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.